Jesus said to his disciples, "If your virtue goes no deeper than that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never get into the kingdom of heaven. You have learned how it was said to our ancestors, 'You must not kill,' and if anyone does kill, he must answer for it before the court. But I say this to you, anyone who is angry with his brother will answer for it before the court. If a man calls his brother fool, he will answer for it before the Sanhedrin. And if a man calls him renegade, he will answer for it in hellfire. So then, if you are bringing your offering to the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your offering there before the altar. Go and be reconciled with your brother first, and then come back and present your offering. Come to terms with your opponent in good time while you are still on the way to the court with him, or he may hand you over to the judge, and the judge to the officer, and you will be thrown into prison. I tell you solemnly, you will not get out till you have paid the last penny." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
If your virtue goes no deeper than that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never get into the kingdom of heaven. These words taken from today's Gospel according to St. Matthew. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Today we celebrate the memorial of St. Barnabas. We don't know a great deal about this saint, but we do have some information. He is honoured with the title of Apostle, though not because he's one of the 12, but rather because of his proximity with the initial apostles and his work in the early part of the early church. The ancient churches of Cyprus claim him as their founder, and they also claim that he was martyred in Cyprus, being stoned to death. He was in fact originally named Joseph, and was given the name Barnabas, which means son of exhortation, or son of consolate. He was the one who introduced St. Paul to the apostles. So clearly a very important saint for us to celebrate. I particularly like the fact that he is very simply described in the Acts of the Apostles, and as we prayed with the opening antiphon. He's described as a good man, and full of the Holy Spirit and of faith. If only all of us could be remembered for the same things when we end our own lives. So focusing on these words, what is really being said about St. Barnabas? Full of the Holy Spirit, like all of us, baptized and confirmed Catholics, but rather being full of the Holy Spirit, living a good life, living and remaining in a state of grace, being close to God. And we can do this, with our acts of devotion, praying the rosary, praying novenas, and through our acts of charity and almsgiving. Particularly though through the reception of the sacraments, especially the Eucharist and confession, should be done as often as possible. We also hear of St. Barnabas, he was also full of faith. And faith means not only having a belief in God, a belief in Jesus' teachings, but also being loyal. And of course, Barnabas was loyal to the point of death. And finally, the first descriptor, Barnabas is described as a good man. Now, God is goodness itself. Thus, we can say that Barnabas acted like God. We might also say then that he acted in a moral way. What does it mean to be moral? Or rather, what does it mean to be a good person? Well, we are given a bit of an insight what Jesus might have meant by the virtue, that he talks about the virtue of the Pharisees and scribes. In fact, St. Paul explains that he was a good Pharisee. St. Paul was a good Pharisee. He describes himself in Acts 23, saying, "Noble brothers, I am a Pharisee, the son of a Pharisee." And in his letter to the Philippians, chapter 3, he says, "According to the law, I was a Pharisee." He also gives a bit of a biography. He talks about his former life. And what does he say of his own moral conduct? Again, in Acts 22, he says, "I worked hard for God, as you all do today," speaking to Pharisees. And crucially, in Philippians, in the same chapter 3, he says, "According to the justice that is in the law, I lived without blame." Now that last phrase, "I live without blame," is actually one word in the Greek, and could more probably be translated as immaculate. So, to be a Pharisee, you might say, as St. Paul was, to be a good Pharisee, as St. Paul was, means to live by the law immaculately, without error, without fault. So let's listen again to what Jesus is saying in today's Gospel. "If your virtue goes no deeper than that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never get into the kingdom of heaven. In other words, if your virtue is not deeper than immaculate adherence to the law, you will never get into the kingdom of heaven." So, we know following the rules, which many of us find difficult, is in fact only the start. Jesus often criticizes the Pharisees. We even today use the word as an insult. "You're a Pharisee," meaning maybe you're a hypocrite. But actually, Jesus isn't criticizing Pharisees here. Rather, he is setting the standard from which we need to get deeper. If we don't, Jesus warns us, you will never get into the kingdom of heaven. This is a serious warning. He even says at the end of the Gospel, "I tell you solemnly." Whenever Jesus says, "I tell you solemnly," it's really important. He's teaching something very, very important. "I tell you solemnly, you will not get out until you have paid the last penny." Again, Jesus says, in sort of replacing or fulfilling the teaching on not killing, he says, "But I say this to you, anyone who is angry with his brother will answer before the court." We heard this in yesterday's Gospel. Jesus did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. He's asking us to go deeper with that law. That surface law of not killing is now not to even be angry. Jesus is asking us to go beyond simple adherence and to start to possess the heart of the law. So let us come back to our question. What does it mean to be a moral or good person when our actions both convey the love of God together with the love of neighbour? It is not enough for us to not break laws, but rather we must be forces of good in the world. Then we become good. Then we are fit for heaven. When it is possible, I think over the coming weeks, I would seriously encourage everyone to come to confession and be reconciled. Reconcile yourself to the loving Sacred Heart of Jesus. Maybe even try and make a start of a habit, maybe going to confession monthly or weekly. Start again on the journey towards heaven. Then we too will be remembered